This is good?
Okay, yeah, we are live.
You're live? Okay, let me just fine tune the lighting.
Yeah, we can just keep it RGB.
Are we live? Seriously, are we live?
Yeah, and it sounds
Awesome.
like a disco right now.
Awesome.
Okay, what's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of Lazy Sundays. Back with Anupam for another episode.
Yep.
So, what do we have in store today, Anupam?
A lot of things. We concluded a couple of higher education events, gaming focused essentially, powered by AMD CPUs and GPUs, and we worked with few strategic partners, and it was, we will call it, it was a show-off run for us. You know, this is the first time we are engaging education institutions with such kind of unique event, which involved PC gaming, VR gaming, and console gaming. So we are getting our hands dirty, essentially, trying to understand what's working, what's not working.
And that's why we missed you on 2 Sundays.
Yes, basically, yeah, that's the reason, because one of the major issues that we had were connectivity, internet and bandwidth, and yeah, unfortunately a lot of good things are coming up. Geo Gigafiber is coming up, so that's definitely going to help a lot. But yeah, other than that, we have at least a dozen more colleges lined up over the next 6 months, and yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll be announcing few of these colleges in this week, and along with the announcements, we also have some hardware that we would want to showcase, something in the lines of eGPUs and VR and so on.
And who would be the ones using eGPUs, technically?
Well, basically this will be sacrilege, okay? This will
Okay.
definitely be a sacrilege. The eGPUs are basically meant for Mac users.
And I'm going to leave the podcast because...
Listen, okay, here's the method in the madness, essentially, MacBook, or most especially MacBook Pros, they have 4 Thunderbolt Type-C interfaces. They don't have, you know, USB, normal standard USB or Ethernet or any of those things. You need to buy a costly dock, which will cost you, a good one will cost you 10 to 15,000 rupees, a really good one with all bells and whistles, with pass-through, etc. The eGPU serves the purpose of a docking station. Also, it allows you to plug in a GPU, which basically makes your MacBook Pro gaming ready. So there are 2 things that you can do. You know, either you can load Mac compatible games like Overwatch and play them on Mac using your eGPU. So that's what you can do. You can get into competitive gaming even if you are a Mac user.
I am a Mac user, definitely.
Overwatch.
Yeah,
You know, it's
definitely.
it's really good game on Mac. And of course, you can do the hardcore way, that is bootcamp, install Windows on your Mac. And
Install Windows on your Mac. How does that work and why does that work?
I can't comment on that. You can Google that. You can just Google
But
MacBook
why
bootcamp
like
Windows
install
10.
Windows on Mac when you have Mac?
So you can
Or you can just admit saying that maybe games should be played by Windows users.
I don't know. I will say that ecosystem for PC gaming is more prolific on Windows.
More prolific.
Well,
Most prolific.
Most prolific, okay, fine. It's most prolific on Windows, okay. I'm not going to argue with that, but that's the fact, you know. Unless, but yeah, Mac has its own side of things. Recent WWDC, they made a lot of interesting announcements with regards to AR, and I'm not a subject matter expert anymore, but yeah, things are shaping up pretty well. AR, VR, MR, it's all, you know.
We already have VR not long before we integrate both MR and AR into our...
Yeah, so
activities.
that's the thing, you know, we have been discussing business cards, right? So I checked out one of these videos on Facebook where this dude was showing off a AR integrated business card. So you
Just project the card in their hands. Is it?
yeah, just give them the card and they put their camera on it and they can see the entire video. So we can have our lazy Sunday intros on it, or something like Numlock PC build intro videos. Come for gaming and stay for
Stay for
tech.
the tech.
Something in those lines essentially. So that is something that we are looking at. It'll look pretty cool. It may look slightly cringy, but yeah, it looks pretty cool. That's the crux of things. But yeah, some unboxing as well. And other than that, we were meant to do few shows, and those shows will be coming up on PC Builds, and one of the first ones will be, today we are obviously going to do some unboxing, but after the unboxing, there's going to be a complete proof of concept. We are not just going to say that ऐसा है valid OS and native support. There's a document and there's knowledge base article on it, but no, we have to actually show and make it work. That's the whole idea. So, and one of the things which Mac users were always distant from was VR, virtual reality, and having an eGPU into equation changes everything. They can hook up multiple 4K monitors, they can hook it up with the VR system, and these are a few of the proof of concepts which we're going to try and deliver, and make the content future ready. Not just have VR for experiencing VR, but in the near future many big companies are planning on coming up with standalone VR headsets, so they need content. And for creating VR content, you need to do some stereoscopic editing, which is only possible on a VR headset, as far as I'm aware. So yeah, there will be a lot of demand from Mac users for VR systems and VR headset. That's what we are speculating, and that's the reason we are making this move. And we have strategically aligned with OEMs to source minimum, by adhering to their minimum order quantity. We are getting sufficient quantities here in India, and you can look up pricing on Amazon or any other portal. The pricing is BS. They are just overinflated BS pricing.
So
but,
we offer you the best prices.
Yes, price match guarantee, I would say rather. But yeah, we can match the best possible pricing, and as a matter of fact, we're actually planning on selling the product based on what we should sell it at regards to service and support that we have to provide, along with the returns material authorization if it stops working over, because it's a limited quantity item, right? So considering those things, we had a certain price in mind, but then we realized that keeping that price is much lower or slightly lower than the lowest price available in the market. So these devices will not be used for trading. This will be purely meant for end user and end customer. So if the end user is interested in the solution, they can reach out to us on our website. We have contact numbers, and we'll also mention in the description. Hereafter the video will be posted on YouTube, obviously, so out there you can check out all of the details relevant to the products that we have unboxed. And of course there will be a follow-up with the proof of concept and the entire process and workflow of how this particular solution will fit into the end user's use case and workflow. So fortunately we have how many? 5 motion designers and graphic designers in our team. So few of them will be actually using this solution in-house. So
they are the lucky ones, not you guys, unfortunately.
First ones to use this solution. Yes, absolutely. So we want to start delivering VR content and VR ready content, essentially those which can use on standalone devices, and that'll be fun, that'll be interesting, experiencing the amount of is the immersion that we are looking at. 2560 by 1080 or 3840 by 1440 is not enough anymore. Ultra wide se bhi ultra wide se nahi hota hai, you need VR. And
we did run a couple of VR streams, right? Beat Saber.
We did Beat Saber, yes. Beat Saber was pretty cool. Beat Saber was actually the most appreciated VR game till date, I would say.
Across the campuses that we did it. So
so we had 2 licenses. We ended up buying 2 more licenses.
Because that's the only thing that sells.
That's the only thing which has been. We have plenty of content, and we'll be publishing few after videos. A montage, a 10-minute montage of the entire event and activity that we did in the upcoming days. But the idea is the VR, Beat Saber just killed it. There was nothing. Oh, the GoPro stopped recording. Let me just it's back on. Okay, that is not product placement or product integration. We're just recording that for reference.
Apart from the fact that we have a use powered by GoPro.
So at the moment, so here's the thing, we want to use our GoPros with our live stream and with our entire stream setup, and we were looking at acquiring Elgato's USB cam link.
To use GoPros for actually streaming content.
So it emulates, or it makes, so by default on OBS, GoPro would show up as a webcam, basically, the way our Logitech 922s are showing up right now. So that's the whole idea. I know few guys are using this solution, but there have been complaints with regards to it's too wide and it's too curvy and that sort of thing. But Hero 6 Black actually has linear option, so everything looks in much better context, and it's all flat as opposed to all roundy and spherical basically. But yeah, that's the whole idea. We have a lot of different setups. Ankita's system we keep on changing on regular basis. We keep on trying different things, including the snowball. But yeah, it really depends on what the feedback is. So it's always a work in progress. What we do internally is a real time, day in and day out proof of concepts. We keep on trying different combinations and permutations of hardware and equipment so as to check what works and what does not. Because eventually, besides having a baller's desktop system, we would also want our end users to be mobile with the system. So that's where
carry your stream with you.
Carry your streams with you, absolutely. With 4G and LTE networks available out there, the ubiquitous, how ubiquitous they are. I don't think it should be a challenge for people to start streaming and while broadcast while they are on the move. So yeah, IRL streams India में नहीं उतने ज़्यादा होने चाहिए, I believe. I can't even think of an IRL streamer in India right now. But yeah, that's the whole eventual game plan. But yeah, besides that, higher education institutions. So why don't you go ahead and take this opportunity to announce the institutions which are coming up in the upcoming weeks?
Let's do that. So before that, I would like to summarize that this week and the week before this, we engaged two institutions.
Yep.
So we engaged Xavier's at the Malhar Fest, which is probably the most renowned fest in all of Mumbai. So
a small hiccup. Rather, it was the fest was scheduled for 16th, 17th, and due to demise of the respected
ex-Prime Minister
PM, Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, we had to essentially the
fest was
entire fest
postponed.
got postponed, and but beyond that, the fest was postponed to Raksha Bandhan Day.
The people did show up, and we sacrificed our holidays.
Yes. So
for you gamers, we did it for you.
yeah. So that's what happened. But yeah, it's not an excuse. It's just such things happen, and that actually gave us double training and practice with regards to setting up the systems, having the games in place, etc., and gauging and understanding the interest of the students and the student community basically. Because our focus of having 3 different gaming ecosystems or categories in place is not just to address the existing gamers likes of your CSGO, Dota and so on, but to get closet gamers enter the gaming ecosystem altogether, have more gamers, because everyone plays PUBG Mobile, Zach. I mean, literally everyone.
Yeah, everyone except me.
Okay, you are an exception. So here's the thing, you have different issues, bro. You would, it's I won't even go there. But yeah, so Ankita, who is streaming right now, and after this podcast she'll start a stream, and she has 13,000 subscribers, and she was a PUBG Mobile streamer. And I was just, she was consulting me on social media and digital marketing, and then we started talking, and then I had another meeting, and then I noticed that she was playing PUBG on her iPhone. So I was like, Ankita, have you tried PC? So yeah, that's how she got hooked to PUBG PC, and then by demand she had to switch to PUBG Mobile.
And by skill as well.
And by skill as well, yeah. So the number of kills that she would get in a week on PUBG PC is what she'll end up getting in single game of PUBG Mobile, I must say.
More like a year-day ratio.
Okay, year-day ratio, fair enough. Year-day ratio, yeah. But let's not roast Ankita. I'm pretty sure she's watching the stream right now, so I am in so much trouble right now. Okay,
yeah.
So yeah, that's
cold hard truth, man. To face it someday.
I initiated and you concluded. That's all that I have to say, and that's pretty, yeah.
Coming back to the topic, let us summarize the events.
Yeah.
So what we did, so basically we did Malhar Fest on the 25th and 26th of August,
Yes.
essentially, and it was successful. A lot of people did inquire about the VR headsets.
Yep.
So it turns out that VR gaming, however accessible it might be, is more of a luxury rather than a necessity for gamers, I would say at this point.
Yeah.
So right now a good GPU becomes more of a necessity than a luxury for gamers.
Yeah.
Because to run even the most basic of games today, you at least need to have a 2 GB graphic memory, if I'm not wrong. Please correct me if I'm mistaken.
For PUBG Mobile, you need 2 GB graphics, yes.
No. Let us not go again. Let's not go there again.
I'm not a PUBG Mobile fanboy, by the way. I'm just glad that the game is so easy. It makes you feel really, really good about yourself, as opposed to PUBG
like
PC.
Call of Duty, yeah.
Yeah, up to a certain limit.
They've already offended half of the crowd. Coming back to the topic, so Malhar Fest, we did Beat Saber, we did To the Top.
We did To the Top, yeah, which is a parkour VR game. Pretty fun, pretty interesting. It's just that people or the participants or potential gamers, they are not really sure or they are rather worried. We literally had to, well, in some instances we literally had to show them how the game is played. We would play the game for 20 or 30 seconds. They will see us and they will see the screen, and then they will follow. They will realize that their strokes have to be stronger and more they can't be doing it gently. They have to actually it's a lot of physics which goes into it. So so essentially what we have discovered is we need to start creating VR videos or have small VR demos, which most of the game broadcasters already have, and have them linked on the registration page, or get the competitors and participants to view those videos prior to playing the game. So nowadays what we are doing is for the last two events the games are finalized just 3 or 4 days prior, but now we are going to try and make an effort that games are finalized at least 5 or 6 or 7 days in advance, so that the registrations and those who are registering can actually click on the game link and see how the game operates and get some basic understanding. Because we have the games finalized, we have the system and the hardware finalized, so we know exactly, we have all the variables in control, except for the fact that we cannot put 2 VR systems next to each other.
That is an undisputable fact. We need 2 separate rooms for 2
or
VR.
we need some kind of kick-ass partition which would block the entire, it has to block the base stations from neighboring base stations. So I've seen those setups in the past, and we are trying to figure out how to replicate that and have a possible kind of a kit which is modular in nature. And we intend to have partitions in the form of green screens. So your green chroma key cloth, that's what we'll be using. It's light and it's durable, and plus chroma key works well with VR, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So that's what we're trying to figure out now, and hopefully by Sophia College we should have that in place.
Sophia is coming next week.
Yeah,
what are the dates?
8th and 9th.
So 8th and 9th of September we'll be in Sophia Women's College.
Though their eliminations start from 3rd, that's tomorrow. So from tomorrow the festival actually starts. We'll be present only on the last 2 days of the fest, essentially. Because we are not part of the contingent, we are more part of the entire experience zone and introduce people with the gaming and push couple of agendas that we have. Very, very necessary agendas for the upcoming year at least. Because we are incrementally building towards something which is much, much bigger and bigger than anyone basically, anyone in India, any of the other entities, and yeah, it's very, very student focused, I must say. But yeah, that's
So that's it. And one more, we did Renaissance at KG Somaiya Institute of Technology, Engineering and Technology. So the Science campus.
Most cooperative committee ever.
Yeah, hats off to them.
Yeah, Moeen was the guy to work with. I mean, I'm pretty sure in the near future when he gets employment, his employers will be pretty happy with his performance. I think we should actually speak with him and see if he would be interested in joining us. But yeah, he's a pretty kick-ass guy. He got a lot of things done. He's good with communications, and so we actually, this was the only event which we had planned for KJ Somaiya, but by the end of the event on the last day we ended up finalizing a couple of more workshops and another event that they have coming up in the upcoming months, right?
It's in February, it's their cultural fest. I didn't actually catch the name, but we will be going there. So KJ Somaiya, once again we are going to be there.
Yes, absolutely. And plus we have a couple of other workshops lined up for you guys. So it won't be the whole shebang, but at least they'll be part of it. So we'll still have the VR and the console and the PC part there, but it won't be in multiples. It'll be just single units, but multiples of PC, because it's going to be a workshop focused on something pretty interesting, I must say. More in lines with VR, AR, and MR, basically the content creation and the tech around it. But yeah, that's the workshop which will be coming up in the upcoming weeks. We're just trying to figure out the schedule and the contents and the what we'll be sharing, because we don't want to overload. At the same time, we want to keep it simple and basic. We just want to spark the interest and see where it goes, basically. That's where we are coming from. But yeah, KJ Somaya, Sion campus, awesome. Hats off to them. Very well executed, I would say. And yeah, not just this year. We'll do multiple times in a year. KJ Somaya, there's no disputing that. Even the faculty members were very, very cooperative, I must say. One of the most progressive colleges that I've interacted with in the last couple of years, I must say. Yeah.
So moving on, let's head to the unboxing phase.
Let's. That's like the fun part.
Do you want me to switch the cam so that we can?
Yeah, let's switch the cams. Yeah, let's switch the cams.
But I think this one's dead once again. So let me just fix this till we have this.
Yes, we need lights on. I think it has gone on standby.
Yeah, I'll just plug again. Yep. There you go.
There we go. So it's a pretty big and heavy box. First I thought कि bike पे आ जाएगा, friends, but it was too big for the bike. नहीं आएगा.
Cap कराना पड़ा.
Cap कराना पड़ा. Yes. We had to pick it up because.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Wait, I'll just shift the focus now. So the audibility will be a bit troublesome, but I'll try to.
Let me just move the mic slightly. Niche. Okay.
Now it should be fine. Yeah.
Awesome.
So, how do you want to do this?
Okay, so obviously it says ASUS. So it's ASUS eGPU. Obviously, it took 5 weeks to arrive from Taiwan.
It did.
Yeah, 5 weeks, but it arrived basically because we got it directly from ASUS. We ordered 10 units of this because that was the minimum order quantity. Unless you don't order 10 units, you don't get it. And you won't believe this, but we actually have order for more than 10 units. So we are actually going to place another order for 10 more units.
You have orders for more than 10 units?
Yes.
That sounds pretty good, man.
So yeah, let's just please do the honors.
Right from here, right?
Okay, first rule, always cut from here, away from the body, and you never go all the way because you might end up damaging something which might be on the other side of the table.
Okay.
So yeah, cut away from you, yes.
I don't.
Okay, and just nick the edge. That's it. Itna edge pe cut kar. That's it. And now just put pressure and lift it. Simple as that. Okay, upside down. That's good actually. Okie dokie. I was actually expecting a pretty small box, but this is huge. Okay. ROG XG Station 2. Wow. I was actually thinking of eGPUs as a mobile solution. You can carry it with you with your MacBook and all, but that's totally gone out of the window now.
You cannot actually do it.
This is more limited to,
your
travel
workspace.
Move along with your MacBook, travel with your MacBook, do your meetings, do your keynote presentations, and then hook it up on your desk once you're home and you're in the workstation or
the gaming zone.
Wait. We need to remove the plastic battery. It opens sideways.
Just make sure we have the best view.
Yes.
Well, let's give it. Okay.
Just move it aside. Okay, so now. Okay, it opens like a briefcase.
Wow.
Whoa. Okay.
This is one GPU, eGPU?
Yes, this is one eGPU.
Okay, how many of these do we have?
10 of these.
Sounds good.
So basically interest है, but the interest is only good when they actually go ahead and place the purchase order, right? So yeah, because a lot of guys from the media and content creation business have been after something of this sort since they discontinued Mac Pro. वो जो bin वाला Mac Pro बंद हो गया ना, तब से they wanted something, and iMac Pro is way out of the league right now. 3-3.5 lakh का starting price, dude. So yeah, I'm not bashing Apple. Apple makes great products, but you know, you have to often look at other solutions. Apple's own suggested solution from what do we call? I don't know now this is upside down or not, but yeah, let's just see. So Apple's own solution that they have partnered with Blackmagic. Okay, this is the back. Okay, so this is the reason I feel that it's like totally kick-ass. Okay, I'm just going to take a seat niche because wow. Okay, ROG Republic of Gamers.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so whoa. Okay, that's where the GPU goes, power supply and start button. Okay, are we able to see this? I wish we had more light.
I do. I have my flashlight. Let me use that.
Let me use my flashlight as well.
I think this serves the purpose. I'll give you some diffused light from here.
Yeah. So yeah, this looks pretty kick-ass, man. Yeah. It's definitely worth the money. Plus it's got 3 LED strips, 4 LED strips, 4 LED strips which I'm pretty sure are RGB. So I guess Mac's going to get some RGB. And it's got 1, 2, 3 fans at the top. These are the fans, 1, 2, 3, Shura wala. And sounds very well built. Okay, so yeah, this was the basic unboxing, and these are the ports at the back. You have your Ethernet port, your USB type B, your 3-pin power, your Thunderbolt, which will essentially, you know, transfer the graphics at 40 GB per second and also charge your MacBook. Your 4 USB 3 ports, which are powered actually, awesome. So you can charge your iPhone as well, which you could not with your MacBook Pro because yeah, but yeah, this is basically ROG eGPU. It definitely belongs on a desk. You can't move about or carry this thing with you. It's supposed to actually sit like this. Give me the box. I think they should have a Thunderbolt 3 cable in here. I've heard that these cables are super tiny and super small. We'll just figure out how small they really are. Yeah, they're super small, bro. So yeah, it's almost the length of the eGPU itself, because power and data at the same time, so they have to keep it small. So yeah, this cable works, I guess. This is the power cord and this is the type B to USB. I don't know what this is supposed to plug into, but yeah, we'll figure it out tomorrow, I guess. And quick start guide in different languages. It's not really thick. It does not mean that if it's thick that means it's got so many instructions. It's just that it's in 20 different languages. Okay, awesome. So this was a pretty simple, unboxing. This will be paired up with this.
That's a HTC Vive VR.
Yeah. So we'll be hooking up this. Beast of contraption with this, and it will be hooked up with a MacBook, and it will be hooked up with probably with a 4K monitor.
So you'll have 4K VR display from a GPU on a Mac.
The refresh rate is only possible on the VR at 1080. It good maxes out at 90 Hz, but the monitor only maxes out at 60 Hz, so that's not good. Plus, we have a couple of GPUs lying around. Bro, कहाँ पे GPU मैंने तो दिया था?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah. So we have these eGPUs. These are Radeon RX 480s 8 GB. We have these lying around, so we are just going to use them in this and get the test done. We have RX 580 as well, and we have a Vega 56 and 64 on the way. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to do various tests, get a basic proof of concept ready with RX 480s and 580s. Pretty good pricing on them in the market right now, between 20 and 25k for 8 GB of graphics. That's a very good deal, I would say. And yeah, the idea is to get these all of these things working together. And hopefully one of the inquiries that we had was for an entire bundle or a package which involved a MacBook Pro along with a eGPU plus a graphics card which will go inside the eGPU and a VR system. And yeah, we figured out that finally we can deliver that particular solution, and it'll cost much less than an iMac Pro with a 4K monitor.
So okay, as a consumer, let's say I want to go for a gaming system. Okay?
Yep.
Keep aside, let's not talk about me whether I own a Mac or not.
Yep.
So how much would it cost me to actually go for a Mac and then build an eGPU and basically get my setup on it? I'm not talking about the additionals. With the system, the eGPU and the card.
Well, so see, for gamers, display is pretty important and critical if you're into competitive and FPS and you need high FPS. But if you're a gamer who plays games like Shadow of Mordor or GTA or Fallout, where you don't need 110 or 140 FPS, then it'll work pretty well on Mac, I must say, and you'll get the best of the experiences simply because of the RPG single player games that you can enjoy out here. Okay, this needs to go this way. Well, the packaging is overkill. Now I know why the box is so big. Where's the other side? It is. Okay, this goes in this way.
Okay, we need to be a bit more loud, it seems.
Yeah, we need to be a bit more loud. But yeah, this was the eGPU that we wanted to share. Something which is pretty freaking awesome, and it'll definitely help us get a lot of Mac users into gaming ecosystem. One of our primary agendas, have more people into gaming, get more people into gaming basically, and this is definitely this step in the right direction, I must say. But yeah, along with that, we have some VR, and hey, we actually had one more. Prior to this particular unit arriving, one of our friends hooked us up with an engineering sample. So this particular unit was not available. Can you just pass that on? I just want to quickly show
RX 580 gaming box, is it?
Yes. So basically we had this and we tested this with Mac.
This one is from Gigabyte.
Yes.
So
this one is from Gigabyte. The only difference is, lot of differences. I'll quickly show you what the difference. So this is basically engineering sample. एक single unit है पूरे इंडिया में. #Horus. And they actually
just a moment, Anupam. Please clip that for Preet someone.
Yeah.
#Horus.
Yes.
He needs to recognize our effort.
Yes. So the idea was this is the only unit which is available in India, and they wanted us to check and see if there is interest in the community or Mac users who would be interested in something of this sort of thing. And we did circulate this particular device, and there is definitely some interest. So
I'll give you some light.
Yes, please. So I've already opened this once prior because we did play around with this. We did test this with the Mac, and this is actually a pretty cute machine. I mean, if you put it next to the Asus ROG, then it's like David and Goliath. But
this one you can pretty much carry around wherever you go.
Yes, that's the whole idea. That's the whole concept. When I say that mobility, this is what I'm referring to. It's like a size of a small handbag, probably a small DSLR. It's also got straps for hooking it up with your belt, basically. So I know the nerd level will be different altogether when you have your MacBook and your eGPU and going to a LAN party. So
yeah, so you'll probably be with your fanny pack.
Yes. And so this is the machine basically. 4 USB ports. This one comes with built-in GPU. It comes with GPU built-in.
I think
basically.
the cam once again left us.
Stopped working. Okay.
Just a moment, I'll get it on.
I think you need to unplug and replug.
Yeah, let's do that. Thanks for running out on us. Yeah, we are good to go.
You're good to go? Okay. So it comes with a pretty awesome, pouch, where we lot of soft padding, and I'm pretty sure it will protect the eGPU perfectly fine. Of course, the eGPU at the back comes with 4 USB ports. You have your 2 display ports, which will work well with your 3 display ports, basically, which will work well with your 4K monitors, and an HDMI. It's got built-in PSU. I think it's 300 watts.
It's a built-in PSU, is it?
Yeah, it's got PSU. So all eGPUs have PSU built into them. So essentially, one of the advantages of eGPU using as a docking station is that you don't have to use your Mac charger, your Mac charger. Basically, you can just plug in your Mac into this piece of hardware, and it'll charge your MacBook. So you can literally leave your charger at office, come back home with your Mac, hook it up with your eGPU, and it'll charge your Mac without any issues. And yeah, the fan looks pretty awesome. Yeah, it's pretty tiny, it's pretty small. This one's a RX 580, 8GB, and I'm pretty sure there would be a Vega 56 or 64 in the pipeline. I'm not sure, but yeah, we did some market research, and there is definitely some interest for eGPUs, because it gives it specifically gives the end users or Mac users a way of giving their MacBooks that extra horsepower that they ever so require for graphic intensive tasks. And now with Adobe introducing Lightroom and support for Mac OS X, yeah, Apple can use all the graphics horsepower that it can. Well, it can basically take advantage of it. It's been unlocked, So yeah, pretty good piece of hardware, I would say, and definitely. So we'll be getting some units of this as well, depending on how the response is with the Asus ROG ones. Of course, the good thing about Asus is that you have your Ethernet port, plus you can use any eGPU, any GPU of your choice. It could be a Radeon RX 580, a Vega 56, or a Vega 64. The reason I've been going on and on about Vega or Radeon GPUs is because Mac or Apple Mac OS X as an ecosystem natively, again that is the important word, natively only supports Radeon GPUs,
yes.
AMDs. They don't support NVIDIA. But of course, the other use case for these machines can be, one of those ultrabooks from HP or Acer or Lenovo or Dell, where they have Thunderbolt USB Type-C interface. Again, Thunderbolt is the key over here. If they have Thunderbolt, then essentially you can just make your ultrabooks gaming ready. So, and you can use any GPU of your choice. You can use an NVIDIA if you want, and it'll work perfectly fine without any issues. So yeah, even for those who have Ultrabook, don't worry. In Windows ecosystem, you can still get gaming. You can still get pretty good gaming done on it without any issues, and without worrying about any kind of bottlenecks or stressing out your CPU's integrated graphics. So yeah, a pretty good solution. I'm glad that these units are physically available in India now, because we can actually start taking and processing orders. And why does the GoPro keep on going on standby? We have to figure this out. But yeah, and it makes that annoying beep. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the eGPUs. We did do a VR unboxing, but we didn't really broadcast that.
The GoPro wasn't set to.
What?
It wasn't set to record the lower angles, was it?
No, I don't think so. It's okay. Okay, let's switch the cameras, and let's get back to this. We are pretty much done with the unboxing side of things. Asus ROG XG Station 2. Yes, that was the most important and super critical one, and I'm glad that we got unboxing of this particular contraption out of the way. And now we're just looking forward to building up. Who says that you can't build a PC or system out of a laptop? Now you can, you can add on bunch of things which were only possible through jugards or hustles basically, but now you can do it in a very, very methodical way while complying to manufacturer's warranty, I must say. But yeah, that's these are the hardware unboxings that we had lined up for today. We'll be getting more hardware in the near future. Zach,
You want me to do the need? Let's just switch over. You wanna unbox?
let's switch over. No, we are done unboxing actually.
So
These are all the boxes that we had ton of other boxes, but yeah, these are the boxes which we are opening today for. Yeah.
you want to prop this back up?
Yep.
Yeah, we are good to go. Hello? Yeah. So I think that's the thing. It's only gets unplugged and replugged.
Yeah, the mic is back on. Awesome, awesome. So yeah, a bunch of gadgets, really interesting gadgets, and now let's get back to
Announcements?
announcements. Yes.
So you take the first one, I'll take the second one. I want to take the better one. First one September, second week, and the next one is in first week of October.
Okay, fair enough. Thanks for that, because for me everything is pretty important, big deal. So Sophia College is coming up in the upcoming weekend.
No, not that one.
I know.
Yeah, okay.
I know. So that'll be concluding on 9th, and after 9th we'll be again occupied for next let's just say 8 or 9 days. The reason for that is we are venturing into first ever out of city higher education event or activity. It's actually happening at NIT, National Institute of Technology, Trichy, and it's a 3-day event, 14th, 15th and 16th of
Festember
September.
as they call it, is it?
Festember, that's the name of the fest, Festember. Goes well with September. But
Thanks for stating the obvious, Anupam.
but yeah, the idea is it's a pretty good fest. It's a pretty good opportunity for us to show us what's available out there in the gaming side of things. I mean, till last month we were not aware that we were participating out here, but then we did connect with their committee members and the fest organizers, and the student team is pretty good and pretty banging, and yeah, we got the MOU signed in a couple of days, and we agreed to a lot of things, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So it was pretty smooth, I must say, and besides the fest, we'll be also working with them in a lot of other activities focused on VR and some AI and some game development life cycle. They are very much interested in
GDLC.
Yes. So we are planning to get some subject matter experts during those 2 to 3 days, and do a workshop for an hour or two, and probably talk about what's really involved in gaming as a whole. And mind you, I'm not talking about esports, or I'm not referring to or talking about esports or competitive gaming. We're just talking about gaming as a genre overall, basically. But yeah, we are trying to do a lot of things because we want the ecosystem and community to grow organically. Besides people, and they know that gamers generally, they know their details, they know the things about the game, they know about the FPS, and they know all these things because they experience all of these things and features and properties and attributes, and that's what we're trying to do. We are trying to get as many people to experience what a conventional gamer experiences. High refresh rate monitors, 1632 GB of RAM, 8 core processors, 8 GB graphics card. That's the whole thing. So again, it'll be an awesome road trip. We are looking forward to that road trip because we'll be carrying all the equipment and
in our van, which is supposed to be. Please do the honors.
Well, we haven't finalized yet. We have shortlisted 3 options, but yeah, there's going to be a van, obviously. The van will be traveling from Mumbai to Trichy,
And
it's a 2-day road trip.
the driver is going to be yours truly.
And yeah, I'll be one of the drivers, obviously, along with our operations guy, and
Hopefully me. But if not me, then
yeah, so it depends. It all depends, It'll depend exactly on how the Sophia event goes, and right after the Sophia event, we'll have to start immediately from Sofia and head straight away, towards Trichy South. And let's see how it's again going to be more in line with focus on casual gaming as opposed to competitive or esports. But there will be certain theme, there will be certain agendas, as I mentioned before, will be driving and focusing on and building towards. So probably by tomorrow, day after, there will be online and social media
postings about the same,
and banners with regards to the games that we are going to play out there, including the VR ones, along with the videos of how-tos on that particular VR game, so that every time a participant registers, they'll be able to go ahead and actually watch the video. I know it's completely useless to watch a video when it comes to VR, but yeah, at least
something better than nothing.
They need some context basically. So as long as they get even 10% of the context of that particular experience, that's more than enough. Rest जब भी venue पे होंगे तभी देख लेंगे. But yeah, that's where we are coming from. So NIT is going to conclude by 16th of September, and then the road trip does not end there. It takes us to
Vellore Institute of Technology, VIT.
Yes.
Where we'll be.
Please.
We'll be a part of their Gameathon, which is a week prior to their Tech Fest, which is Gravitas.
Yep.
So we'll be there, and both of these institutions, NIT and VIT, we are planning to engage in Dota 2 and CSGO,
Awesome.
which will be part of BNOC. So BNOC, I think people are pretty much familiar about it. I think you wanted to hold off on it.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not revealing a lot right now.
You need to drive it, so it's your call. I mean,
yes, but not revealing a lot right now. But I would say that being a part of BNOC early in this phase is going to be very, very rewarding. And trust me, right now with a few viewers, you might not take this podcast as seriously, but a year later, when you go and watch our highlights and previous videos,
yes,
you would be really hyped, and like you would be. I cannot put it into words. You'd be really taken aback as to how important this statement was, that please take part in all of the events, as many as possible.
Try to participate in as many as you can.
And there is no entry fees, no hidden costs. We charge nothing from you guys.
Yep.
So yeah, just register for anything there is to register, I would say.
It's for proliferation of the community. We want community to grow. We want more people in the gaming ecosystem.
Yes.
We want, gaming, broadcasting, streaming, everything basically, and it all revolves around good games and good titles and various platforms. So we are pushing the entire ecosystem as a whole. That's where we are coming from, and that's our agenda. And what our point is basically that gaming is not just a pastime or amusement activity anymore. It's actually a career. There is money to be made out of the entire ecosystem in so many different ways: streaming, broadcasting, playing competitively, and of course, the everything which goes around it, the boot camps, the being a coach, if you're really good at gaming, then there are so many ways that you can monetize that. But and we know that simply because we do have in-house examples and proof of how it has helped guys in the past and where they are right now, because they were making the right moves, and fortunately we have managed to replicate it well in isolation, and we intend to keep on replicating it and growing it essentially. But
so guys, register, play, have fun.
Yes.
But make sure your name is there and it's running, and win as much as you can.
Yes.
So we'll be also launching something. Are we doing it at Sophia or are we doing it at NIT?
We announce at NIT, we launch at VIT.
We announce at NIT and we launch at VIT. So that's something that's coming up that's pretty huge as well.
Yes.
And it's well integrated into not only BNOC but everything that we do.
Hardware, gaming, peripherals, system builds,
your
everything.
Online leagues, ladders, everything, A to Z.
Yes. And just to add something, or rather something that we are working on right now, the effects will be only visible 3 months down the line. So what we are doing is, we are actually building very, very limited edition machines, which we intend to use at these events and festivals. The idea is going to be that we'll build this really, really awesome gaming systems and gaming rigs, dozen or couple of dozen of these, and we'll be using them at these events and activities, and then after 3 months the systems will be available for sale And when I say available for sale, it'll have the remaining term of warranty, which will be more than 2.5 years, because it's 3 years warranty on each component. Plus, it'll cost you significantly less. Significant is, I can't be specific, but if you were to build the same system on that particular day, it'll cost you much less. Plus, you will have 24/7 tech support from us, and if anything goes wrong, we have on the spot, loan devices, so that if your system goes wrong, anything stops working, our engineer will arrange a replacement part for you till your part gets replaced by the manufacturer or the OEM. So, yeah, pretty good systems and deals coming up. So hopefully the very first set of limited machines, limited edition machines, which will be used at these events, because the idea is each of these machines will be experienced by at least 40 to 50 or 100 different gamers. And we expect, or the way we are driving this is, we want these gamers to experience these machines, get a feel of these machines, and we intend to sell these machines to these gamers at the end of the 3 months of a particular tournament or an activity or an event, basically, because 3 months is pretty good time. The machine is still relevant, is still the current generation, and the pricing does not really fluctuate much over the period of 3 months as opposed to 12 months. So the machine will be relevant, it will still have good components, and it will still be future ready at least for next 3 to 4 years. Of course, to the end user, we'll give them all the options of upgrading or downgrading the amount of RAM or the SSDs and the storage, and etc. And of course, they can also change and replace the CPUs or GPUs. The idea is the components and parts and systems which we'll be using in this set of activities over the period of 3 months, they will be repurposed and reused, and they will have their own significant discount attached with it. So yeah, just being fully upfront and honest about this, that this is how it will go. Each and every machine that will be putting out there at these tournaments would have serial number associated with that, and generally with all of the institutions that we are working with, we are sharing the serial numbers with them for security, inventory management, and for avoiding theft and swap of items, if you know what I mean, Zach.
Agreed, man, totally. I get what you mean. Cannot discuss this on a podcast, but
yeah. So that's where I'm coming from. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Our focus is to get end users to experience the hardware, and probably end up buying the same hardware 3 months later at a very good price, with finance options available. From popular consumer banks and finance services out there. I won't take their name simply because we haven't really finished the documentation and the paperwork yet, but we'll have them on board much before we can actually start selling these systems. So yeah, that's pretty much it from my end. But yeah, NIT and VIT.
So guys, we'll have the links up in 1 or 2 days.
Yes.
The links are up, so if you haven't registered, just on a general note, register on numlog.in or numlogsi.com.
Yes.
Whichever you prefer. It will redirect you to the same page. And go fill up your details and get your OTP verified. You'll have your own profile.
Yes.
So we'll integrate a very new feature soon onto that profile, which you'll pretty much enjoy. And so make sure you register now. That's what I would say.
See, so at Sophia College, we may announce it and we may introduce it.
It all depends on how the preparation is.
Yeah, so it really depends, because logos, graphics, intellectual property, a lot of things going on, and we need everything locked and signed up and prepped and completely,
to launch it.
Launched ready, basically. It has to be one click ready, It's just everything is done. You just have to now click the submit button, basically. So we haven't reached that particular one click ready stage yet. So yeah, hopefully in the next 10 days we should be able to cover that gap, and it's highly doubtful for Sophia, but we are definitely announcing. Someone's knocking, but we'll definitely be announcing.
Then you want to
let me just check. Yeah.
Okay guys, so by the way, we'll be ending this podcast in like 5 minutes, after which we can just move on and wrap up some work. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we are live, and you are in front of the camera, which is behind you right now. That's fine. So Ankita, why don't you come on stream since you've already come on stream?
Yeah, exactly. You just blocked the entire thing.
I'm so sorry, you guys. Hi, what's up?
By the way, she's standing in case you're wondering.
Yeah, she's standing. She's not seated.
So Ankita can just stand here, right? Anupam, take a seat that we can have her in between.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand here then.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
guys, if you have not met her, that's Ankita. She streams a highly skill-based game called PUBG Mobile.
And PC, I played with you like on Friday.
Yeah, you played with me, but that was a joke that life played on me because you ended up killing 0 people.
I killed one person, the one who killed you.
You did?
Yeah.
Sounds like a dream to
Look
me.
at this ungrateful
Language.
insan.
No, we can't.
Ungrateful tall person, something I can...
Insan.
Insan.
Don't worry, Anupam.
Yep.
So, yeah, and by the way, her age is in double digits, just in case you're wondering.
Yeah.
Same cannot be said about her kills, however.
She's on good side of 20s.
Good side of 20s.
Yes. Like I'm on good side of 30s. She's on good side of 20s.
There's no good side of 30s, Anupam. Once your
There
30s
is.
start, you're pretty much...
There's definitely good side of 30s, okay?
So, okay.
In my world, there is.
So, we are launching another IP called as the SSC, Senior Citizens Club.
Okay.
And SCP, sorry. And Anupam is officially our very first member of the Senior Citizens Club.
Along with Mohit.
Along with Mohit.
And
Mohit is like 100 years older.
okay, cool.
Alright,
Yeah.
jokes apart. So Ankita is just standing here so that we might end our broadcast and she can start streaming
yeah.
a highly skill-based game called PUBG Mobile. Ending on a positive note, ladies and gents. So see you around in Sophia's next week.
Yep.
Until then, signing off.